Hello everyone, this is TheNelston and welcome back to another video. Today I'm here to give you guys an exceedingly quick rundown of Wynncraft's The Nameless Anomaly raid, along with the meta strategies for each room so that you can suck all of the fun out of taking on challenging content by distilling it into an exact science. Sorry, I mean you can complete a higher percentage of your runs and do them more quickly. This video is part 1 of 2 of a mini-series I'm making on The Nameless Anomaly. The second part will feature my favorite cheap yet powerful builds for each class to bring to the raid, and will be uploaded within a Nelston week or 2. Basically, that means it's probably not going to be here for another 9 to 12 months. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge the contributions of many Idiot Co fellas who helped me put together this non-exhaustive guide. Alright, let's go. Sadly, I had no room in my budget for Subway Surfers videos to keep your guys' attention, so just try to watch as much as you can before losing focus. If you need it, there are timestamps in the description so that you can revisit each segment individually. Additionally, the full script to this guide will be posted in the description, so if you want to read that or use it to make your own video, go ahead. First, let's talk etiquette. All players are expected to bring at least 1 toll rune or the market price of a toll rune to the run. As of this video, that is roughly 10 emerald blocks. If you are the party leader, be prepared to cough up an extra rune. Yes, it is an extra 10 emerald blocks you're paying, and no, it's not fair, but c'est la vie. Alternatively, you could just be a penny pincher and promote someone else to party leader so they pay the extra rune for you. Once you enter the raid, your first challenge will either be the platform room or the berry room. In the platform room, one player must stand on a raised platform for 60 seconds. Send the tankiest player through the void hole to stand on the platform. The safest spot is on the top left and bottom right corners, while everyone else divides into 3 sectors of the room: right, left, and back. These sectors are your main patrol area, and your job is to blast anything that isn't a party member, including these suspicious ass weapons. Kill all mobs near the platform to protect the person on the platform, as these mobs can be deadly. If you are on the platform, you should also be using ranged attacks to hit whatever you can. Void holes will spawn at 50, 30, and 10 seconds. If not destroyed within 10 seconds, a powerful mini-boss appears, blocking progression until defeated. If a void hole does not appear in your sector, rotate around the room clockwise until you find and eliminate the void hole before returning back to your own sector. In the berry room, there will be several void holes protected by respawning mobs that spawn above these pink patches. These must be eliminated to complete the challenge. At the start of the room, there will be a berry which can be attacked by one person to gain several effects. Most notably, whoever attacks this berry will be both blinded and silenced, meaning they cannot use spells, but they will gain a huge damage buff that enables them to kill the void holes. The best strategy for the room is as follows. Pick someone who has the Thunder Powder special Chain Lightning on their weapon to take the berry, while everyone else draws aggro away without killing the mobs. The berry player goes counterclockwise around the room, shooting any void holes they see, or I guess they don't really see them. When Chain Lightning is ready, use it to deal significant damage to multiple void holes at once. Everyone else should be jumping up and down on the pink spots where a void hole is still active. Congrats, you've completed the first challenge. Get everything except the buff you want because RNGesus hates you, and move on to the next challenge, which will consist of either the tree room or the light room. In the tree room, one player enters a maze inside the tree to kill 2
interdimensional Isoptera
and collect their hearts to unlock the exit at the altar. Players must stand on the altar center and portal frame for 5 seconds. It's only going to work if you see a countdown in chat after getting a soul from a soul shrub that spawns either to the left or right of the altar. When the countdown reaches 2, you can step off the platform. Each time a soul is inputted, the tree and its internal doors open for about 5 seconds, and only one player can be inside the tree. If you're the navigator, here's a map you can use to figure out where you are. However, this can be hard to read, so let me teach you an easy cycle instead. Left forward, right down. What this means is that you'll be entering the tree, taking a left into the first room, continuing forwards into the next room, taking a right into the third room, going forward once again into the fourth room, right once more into the fifth room, and finally going down back to the main tree area. Exit the tree to place the heart in the altar, and repeat the cycle again. If you remember where you came from and you're only about halfway into the cycle, meaning you're on either room 2 or 3, you can just backtrack, but it is way easier to get lost that way. Now for some general tips. Remember, only one person should be on the altar at all times to avoid wasting souls and generally breaking things. After someone gets kicked off the platform because they've successfully inputted a soul, you should wait for around 3 seconds or so before the next person steps on, because it will bug out otherwise. Others should either retrieve their soul or protect the person on the altar by defeating nearby mobs. Unlike gingers, everyone starts with a soul, so you can use it first before getting a new one. If you're squishy, stand on the tree to kill the shrubs from a safe distance. In the light room, one person must carry a light through 3 dark room challenges while everyone else stays near to avoid taking constant darkness damage. If you're the light bearer and hear this evoker jaw snap, that means a party member is too far away. Before I explain the rooms, if you have no idea what a parkour skip is, commonly referred to as just skip, please ask your party or guild to explain. I will not cover it here because it is too easy to screw up and ruin the run with party finder groups. The first room is a navigational challenge where you have to kill 3 transparent endermen called shadowlings to open up the exit along the back right wall. Shadowlings can be found in several areas, such as near the right and left walls, on top of the right rock, behind the left rock, on the small rock by the tree, and near the exit. These locations have been marked here for your convenience. As such, the optimal path is like a zigzag. Go right from the spawn until you hit the side, then left until you almost hit that side, then go right in a straight line until you reach the exit. Along the way, make sure you're constantly checking all of your surroundings to spot the shadowlings. After exiting, the light bearer must stand on the center of this platform for 5 seconds, after which the next challenge begins. This is the parkour challenge, where you have to complete the parkour while killing mobs that spawn on the platforms and try to knock you off or kill you outright. If you die, fly up to the top and wait at the end. After at least 2 living players make it there, the fight challenge begins. Here, a mini-boss will spawn which will attempt to throw players around the room and thus push you away from the light. To counteract this, everyone should try to drag the mini-boss to the spawn wall and stay near the light at all costs. As soon as the boss is dead, run into the open exit immediately. Similar to the last room, if you die, just fly over to the exit and wait. Congrats, you've made it past the second challenge. Cry because you got yet another batch of worthless buffs and move on to the next challenge, which will consist of either the bulb room or the defense room. In the bulb room, you will have 3 blue bulbs that you need to protect from these guys who look like they shouldn't be allowed within a mile of a preschool. To complete the challenge, you will have to kill 3 Sisyphuses and carry their 3 red bulbs to a single blue bulb, which will open the exit portal. To complete this challenge efficiently, everyone should hop onto this blue rock at the spawn area and only put all bulbs into either the left or right bulb. Personally, I was taught to use the left one, so I'll recommend that. The reason you hop on the blue rock is because it is both safer there, and everyone being there breaks the spawning on the red bulb fellas, so it makes the room go by in a breeze. Honestly, I have nothing to add to this explanation. This is the easiest challenge in the raid by far. In the defense room, you'll have a central area that needs to be both defended and fed 5 pieces of void matter. I know a lot of people like to call this room the gather room instead, but the reason I don't call it this is because after you get your 4 pieces of void matter, it takes so If the exit portal is touched by any of these 3 special mobs with void in their names, it will lose 1 health. After losing 10, the raid is lost. To obtain the 5 void matter and complete the challenge, there are 2 parkour mini rooms, 2 fight mini rooms, and 1 mini boss to clear. To pick up void matter after completing a challenge, you have to attack the void matter entity. Honestly, the only room that's somewhat confusing in this challenge is this parkour over here. To complete it, you have to first right-click this void matter directly across from the starting point, followed by this one that's tucked away. Doing so will open up a small void hole which contains the void matter. After defending the void hole for at least 3 waves and inputting the 4 void matter from the challenge mini rooms, the despairing crawler mini boss will spawn, which drops the last void matter upon defeat. To clear the defense room effectively, one person should stay back and defend the exit portal while everyone else completes the mini rooms. Congrats, you've dragged yourself across the third challenge. Abandon all hope as you realize that basically none of the third tier raid buffs offer unconditionally good upgrades, and head into the portal for your tango with Greg, the boss. Now, I could explain each and every aspect of this fight like some kind of nerd, but I'll make this real easy for you since the boss fight is honestly the least complex portion of the raid. If the boss throws something up, like a mail bomb or an eldritch horror, stay away from it. Pull the boss to one side, then drag him along the outer edge of the arena while pumping damage at a safe distance. If you have a gamer who can lock the boss in one place, disregard what I just said and enjoy your free carry. During watched phases, when Greg stands in the middle of the room and shoots out high damage explosive beams, stand still until it says you're being watched, then run along the outer edge in the same direction you dragged the boss earlier in until you hear an explosion, at which point you are safe. Try not to stand near any other players unless your goal is to PvP them, in which case go right ahead. Rinse and repeat this process until you have completed the raid, and congratulations. Enjoy getting no tomes once again. Sob as you realize the only thing to do is to queue even more runs until you eventually finally get what you want, and bask in the sweet taste of existential dread. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.